Yes, my Still Colours family. How you doing? Tell me how you are feeling. If you could, at this very moment, as you listen to this, have one, you only have one. What is your death row meal? Let me know in the comments. Do you wanna know what my death row meal is? My mum makes this crazy spaghetti with beautiful, this like homemade sauce, like tomato-based sauce. Mwah. With mincemeat, delicious. I'm going for that. Sad times for my mum, happy times for me. But anyways, I hope you're good. It is me, it's your boy Jarvis, and I am back again with another reaction video. So, just if you don't know how this works, what the 411 is, what the understanding is behind these reaction videos, I've been reacting to videos for the past few years, different bands that I've never really interacted with growing up, and so many greats. You hear so many names. You hear the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, the Eagles. You hear, the S Pistols, can't say the full word. You hear all of these amazing bands, and I just haven't been familiar with their music, or I haven't realized it was them. So I'm trying to have authentic experiences listening to these bands. No preconceived notions, no pre-listening, because I want to have that original, authentic experience when I first listen to them. And the band that I'm going to listen to today is a band that I have started listening to this year upon the recommendation of a very wise man from up north. And that band happens to be the Stone Roses. And this song right here is a recommendation, and I want to shout out the person that recommended me this song. I think a few of you recommended me this song, but the first person that recommended me this song was Spruce381. Shout out you, Spruce381. I'm looking forward to listening to this. Fool's Gold can mean so many things. Just going off the title, when I think of Fool's Gold, I think of, Plastic Fame. I think of unauthentic. I think of, the small things that, I just realized my heat is on. You're probably thinking, why is this guy in a t-shirt? Sorry, as I was saying, when I hear the name Fool's Gold, I think of Plastic Fame. I think of unauthentic. But then also I kind of feel like, someone putting the wall over someone's eyes, or someone creating an illusion for someone. Do you know what I mean? That's just me going off the title, Fool's Gold. But enough of that stuff. Let's get to the music. Let me put my trusty headphones in and let's get into it. Oh. Funky. This is them! Oh, so many thoughts. Well, sorry, let me take my headphones. First of all, yeah, so many thoughts. So many thoughts. I think my first thought is my mind is blown. Like, I've definitely heard that song in a commercial or an advert. That song has definitely been sampled. So me, I'm a hip hop fan, a rap fan, and that song has definitely been heavily sampled in rap and hip hop music. Do you know when you hear a song? There's been a few times on this channel that like I've heard a song that I've heard before without realizing, and it feels familiar. As soon as I heard that intro, I knew I was in for a treat. I knew I was in for a treat. I mean, let's talk about that instrumentation, that riff. Like, I'm assuming, if I'm right in remembering, like this period of time is around the late 80s, early 90s. I wonder if they used, do you know, like this is around the time, I know they used it a lot in hip hop, where they had, do you know, like samplers and drum machines and stuff like that. You can definitely tell which parts are like live instrumentation. But also there's other parts I'm like, that must have been like a digital, you know, keyboard or a synthesizer or a drum machine or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I think that song, like the vibe of it is attitude. For some reason, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking about football hooligans. I was thinking about football hooligans. I was thinking about, you know, up north. I was thinking about so many things. You know, when you listen to like a certain type of sound, it brings you to a certain zone, a certain area. And that one just felt like it had attitude. And also I like the way it was like, it was so defined in its sound, but also so experimental. Like when we get past the vocals and we're hearing random sounds like a ding in the background, like the guitar is getting a bit darker, like, but it's not dark. Do you know what I mean? It has that attitude. I don't know how to describe it. You can tell I'm a bit rattled, but in a good way, because I'm like, what? In terms of the instrumentation, I'll be honest with you, this is definitely one of those songs I'd have to listen to like twice. But what I am thinking, yeah, is, for what I remember, is hearing something along the lines of, I'm watching you sinking, you know, I'm watching you sinking, you know, something to do with wait. So I almost feel like the whole vibe of the song is something to do with like delusion. It's to do with, what is the word? It's to do with delusion. It's also to do with, I wouldn't say betrayal, but like something along the lines of when, you know, when people wish for something that's not for them. Do you know what I mean? That want something that's not for them and they're weighed down without even realizing. Like, do you know when you make a decision and it's probably the worst decision of your life, but you don't know? And you know, hindsight is 20/20 and hindsight comes a bit too late. I kind of feel like it's one of those situations where, you know, sit and think about what you're doing right now, because this is looking a bit mad and you're going to learn to regret this, or you're going to grow to regret this over time. And I think this whole angle of Fool's Gold, it's almost like the, what is that cartoon, that duck that dives into all of the gold and stuff like that? Like, gold will make the strongest man fall, will make the strongest woman fall, will make anyone fall. Money, greed, all of that stuff. Like, things that are innate to humans. Like, we live in excess. We live beyond our means. We do too much. You know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs: shelter, food, clothing. But I need a Lamborghini as well. Do you know what I mean? For what? I feel like I'm going too far off onto another tangent. But wow. I also think of Adidas. When I think of that song, I think of Adidas, the stripes. I think of 80s fashion, but like street fashion. And I'm not talking about hip hop fashion. I'm talking like Harrington jackets and I don't know. Help me. Like, please, anyways, give me the information, give me the knowledge, give me the education. Like that, I thoroughly enjoyed that experience. I'm sure you could tell by my face. I think I was dancing the whole way through. Maybe ecstasy as well. Maybe I think of ecstasy too. But anyways, Let me know if I've got anything right, if I've got anything wrong. Please recommend me more songs by the Stones, by the Stone Roses. Do not forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'll see you again next time. My mind is still going. I might start writing crazy stuff in the comments. There's a tune.